Okay, this is Terry Lee, and this is video 5, I believe, of our Winter in Victoria envelope stack modified manila folder extravaganza. So I hope you guys are ready to go with the crazy. Okay, now we're gonna do the other side, and it really doesn't take that long. It's only 3 envelopes, I believe. And here's the original. It's not really closed correctly, but anyway, here's the original. So on the side that we're gonna do, all there is this envelope, and this CD cover. So now this envelope just has a pocket on the back and is decorative on the front. I'm not going to do it that way this time, even though the whole thing's going to be constructed the same so that you can have the same thing. You see what I'm saying? I'm just going to make a couple of changes on mine. One, because I'm nutty, and the other because I feel like there should have been something here. You know, I decorated this and it's very pretty, but I think I should not have put the deer here because it didn't really give me any opportunity to do anything unless I wanted to cover the deer. I guess I could have put a pocket right here. You know what I mean? And put something right here. Because I'm not really sure why. I love this kit and that squirrel. I just love that squirrel. Anyway, but I just don't understand the beehive. You know, I don't know. I just don't understand. So I'm going to substitute a different paper. So you guys can do the same exact thing if you want. Or you can go along with my crazy when we get to these two sections decorating. That's the only thing that's going to be different. The exact construction is going to be the same. Okay? So we need this envelope, and a CD. So now I took it upon myself to go ahead and decorate my CD, since we needed to do that anyway. And I had my big envelope, and I've decided to do something a little different. That's why it's all inked up this way instead of just waiting to be completely covered. See on here? It's not going to be just completely covered. And I'm going to put this big pocket, which I'll show you how we get that, on this side, I think. Yeah, that's what I think. All right, so anyway, so on this one we have this big window. Let me take this tag out. Now you see I ran out of construction paper, and I really do like the red and the green better with this kit than the tan. But the tan is all I have. So I'm going with the flow. I could have waited another week and a half until my construction paper gets here. I know Amazon delivers overnight, but I got a really good deal. I got 250 pieces of construction paper for $5 on Amazon. The only trick was I had to wait 10 days. So, anywho, that's why we're going with the tan instead of the red. All right. But anyway, you'll notice here there's a big window. Now, this was the original front side on this side. Excuse me. Right here. But I made a mistake, and I cut this too big. Remember when I told you you couldn't flip it over and do it from the back? You couldn't mark it on the back and then do it, because when you flipped it back, your window would be opposite. That's what happened here. Now, I could have cut another piece, I guess, but instead, I put a piece of red construction paper there and made it look like I meant to have that border on that window, because I could. That one's a little snug. Okay. So there's that cardinal in there. So we need the envelope with the window. So now, bear with me a minute here and go with my crazy. I didn't really have one that I liked. So I wondered in my brain, which is always a scary place to be in my brain, I wondered if I could make one with the window, but you can't open the envelope up and only cut one side and run it through the Big Shot because this is too wide to go through. So I thought, well, what if I go ahead and run it through closed, right? And then just use this inside cover, right? And then the back cover. This one isn't cut yet. This is the back. Use the inside cover and then the back cover to cover up the fact that there's that window on the back. So what do you guys think of that idea? Then I thought, wait a minute, now I don't, and I put the paper on here already. And I thought, well, because we have to decorate these, remember these two, before we put them on the envelope stack, so I wasn't really trying to get ahead of you. That's why I stopped here to show you what I was doing. And then I thought, well, wait a minute, I don't have anything to put right here. And then I remembered the envelope, this long cellophane envelope. It's got a fold in it. I cut it in half, the other pieces over there. And I thought, well, I wonder. And I laid it down on here. I'm telling you, all I did was cut it so it wasn't a bag. And it fits right on there perfectly. So what I'm wondering is, can I glue it with this glue without it melting? Because I don't know if it was in this series or if it was the one that I was doing that ended up getting, you know, damaged or whatever, that I couldn't use it for this tutorial. But this Fabrifix glue, if you let it get on plastic like this tablecloth, can you see where I'm pointing? This blue, all this blue is a vinyl tablecloth. It's one of those old ones. It's even got like a little bit of a padding on the other side. That's why I've got the board. Anyway, and a little bit of this dripped on it and it melted it. So the worst that could happen is that I have to find a business envelope with a window in it and use it. So I wanted you guys to be here for the experiment, because that's what it's for, is for you to see what happens to me so that it doesn't happen to you. Oh, and my acetone came in the mail today while we were on our break between the two videos. You know, the second for you and the day for me that was really just an hour or so when I watched Biden get elected. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not supposed to talk about politics on the videos. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, I got to undo this. Oh my gosh, I think it's going to work. Oh, I think it worked. I don't see any melting. I see gluing. All right. So I guess this heavy duty stuff that you get, those little packages with the little bit of sticky on them where you can never find the end to get it open. All right, so now I put this here, right? And I have my big window that I can put my card in. This is the top loading one. Wow, that actually worked. So now let me glue this in here. I'm very excited. I don't know if you can tell or not. Okay. Now, let me see if this is the right size to fold over. It seemed like it was a little big. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to glue around here. I think it's so funny. I thought maybe I would do it where it was a window on the front and a window on the back. And that probably would have worked, actually, if I had, I don't know why I did around that window. Because I was talking, I guess. Anyway. So I thought about it, and then I thought, well, I don't want to go too crazy. Make you guys nuts. Like that hasn't already happened, right? You're probably like, what is she doing and why is she doing it to us? Oh, and the other thing was, because I did this myself, I of course did it on the wrong end. So now the window's at the bottom, just like this window's at the bottom. So that kind of matches. But that's what happens if you put the window on the wrong end. Don't panic. Just flip the envelope over and then put the... yeah, see, that is a little big. I'm going to trim that a little bit. Yes, I know I'm off camera. Amuse yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. I've had a lot of coffee and I'm very happy. Not happy because I've had a lot of coffee, but I'm just very happy right now. Which I think you guys should be happy for me. Okay, now it closes. Okay, now I forgot to cut the back to size, didn't I? And the, oh, here we go. 8 5/8 by 3 7/8. Front should be the same size as the back, right? Okay, so we want this to be 3 7/8 inches wide. Three 7/8. I knew that was close. Another little stripe for my crazy. I'm going to have a stripe collage by 8 5/8. See, I didn't close my glue. By 8 5/8. 7, 8 5/8. One. Oh, you dummy, 4 is a 1/2 inch, so it's 1/8 past that. Okay. The exciting cutting on camera. Yay! I try to have that part done. But sometimes it's helpful, like when we get to this part with the template that I made. Okay. Now we're just going to glue this on the back. Let's make sure. Of course, it appears to be too short. Not sure how. What would happen? How far up is the... I'm just wondering if I could just trim the envelope off a little bit, since we're going to put the stuff in and out anyway. It's going to cut my cellophane. Okay, big pile of scraps. Let's see what I got over here. Surely I have something long enough. Didn't really want to do something different on the back. Let's see if I have any extra pine cone stuff. Yeah, that's not long enough. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just do something different on the back, and it's okay because it matches that. Wonder why that ended up too short. I know I measured it. You know, I really wish, I'm so sorry. I think I just did all that off camera. You see, this is for some reason. This much too short. I think I'll just trim it off and re-glue the plastic at the top if it cuts the plastic off. I really don't want to go through a whole lot of rigmarole. And I didn't put my pencil in the pencil spot. There it is. See, I get all panicked. Get all panicked when things are not where they're supposed to be. Now, how close is that to the window? Oh yeah, we got room. And I can just re-glue the top of the cellophane if I have to. The top of that was looking kind of iffy anyway. Still glued. Well. That worked out, didn't it? Okay. Now, as soon as I put the back on this, and as soon as you put the back on yours, then, so did you see what I did? I made my own window, and I made my own cellophane, and then I covered the window that in the back because I didn't believe it really would cut through the two plus this paper, so it was really 3 layers, and it was a little tough getting it to go through there. So let me glue this on, and then after you glue yours on, we will be ready to finish building the stack. Pinterest just let me know someone saved one of my pins. I have, for some reason, something like 8,000 pins. I have like 500 followers on Pinterest. Wow. I guess I should figure out a way to advertise my YouTube tutorials on Pinterest, huh? What an idea. If anybody's familiar with how to do that, I'm not that big on Pinterest, except for going through and picking out pictures for graphics. Mention something in the comments, and maybe we can work something out for you helping me out. Okay, I believe we want the pine cones facing down. Yes, we do. Ah, well, that was just genius. All right, first one who laughs at that gets a prize. That was pretty funny, though. Just flipped it right over and glue it to the table. What a plan. What a genius. What a teacher. Okay. Now, of course, okay, this is Terry making a bit of a new fold. Plus, it isn't glued shut yet. It's about to be. So we don't want to glue the top. And I don't know why I'm gluing right there. Just decided to go all the way around, I guess. Well, isn't that lovely? I know what it is. It's too much Fabrifix fumes. Wow, say that 10 times fast. Okay, so now I don't need this scrap. So it goes in the pile that's big enough to do something with. Okay, and so if we look at our original, all we have here on this side is our CD, goes closest to our base, Let's get our base over here. Come here, base. The CD. Let's open it up. Goes closest to the base. Remember, we've got one up and one down. So this one is the one that goes to the top. So put that there. And then one envelope, which is this envelope, which I forgot to trim. And I already wrote the measurements on there. So let's just erase that. Okay, let's trim the top of this. Here I thought I was done cutting on camera, huh? It's going to be 9 inches. That's how long this base is. I'm sorry. I think I just hit the mic. Sorry about all that noise. Okay, now I need to glue this back together. So maybe I will just cover it. Well, my template will still work. I'll just trim a little bit off the top. I made a template so that I could cut out a piece to cover this, and then just put a piece of paper in here to cover the inside instead of just covering this whole thing. But now I'm not sure. But anyway, okay, so we've got the big envelope and then the window envelope. So then we have the big envelope, and then our window envelope. Let's make sure everything's hunky-dory. Everything appears to be hunky-dory. So now we're going to do it just like the other one. Open it up. Open it up. Slide this out of the way. Open this one up. Drop the glue into the little ink box where all the little ink pads are. And I did remember to ink some of this, but it looks like I missed a couple places that I needed to ink, namely the CD back. Okay, so we're going to glue this in here. Make sure it's going to fold. Okay, so we glue that in there like that. And the crowd roars. Then we're going to glue this in, because that's our next one. Remember, we just go right over the top of the glue that's on there. Just don't even worry about it. Okay. Then we're going to slide this under here, lining it up straight at the bottom. And it coincidentally makes it straight at the top. Now I'm pulling back on this a little bit to make sure that it's going to fold. Let's see. You know, these, remember these 6x9s are crooked. So okay. Okay. So now we're just going to glue this one on. And let's put this one trying to see. On this one, it's lined up with the bottom. Oh, it was a bigger envelope. So, since the picture's at the bottom and this picture's at the bottom, I think I'll line this one up with the top. And then we'll just have one more envelope and the stack will be built. Does anybody remember which envelope we're missing? You could say it out loud. Nobody else will hear you. Well, except for me, because I'm psychic. Because somebody said, the one in the middle, Terry, that flips off the big one. And that person was right. And I'm going to have to put everything on pause. Remember, we've got the envelope that flips out here. Let me look and see real quick. Does it have a... Oh, these are two of those great big long ones. What if I did do it here? I don't know. Let's see, what do we got here? It was one with a window. Okay. We're going on pause. I have to go dig through my business envelopes. Okay, and I'll see you in just 1 second. Okay, we're back. I couldn't find an envelope in my stash of envelopes that had a window the size that I had one of my dies for, and I also decided I didn't want to try to do another little number like I did on this one. I don't have any other cellophane that I know of right off the top of my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this one that doesn't have a window. I'm just going to put it on here, and then I will do the side and you know, put the card in that way, but then that gives me two sides to do something else with. I'll just cover this with paper. There won't be any pocket. And then maybe when I open this up, we can do something. I was going to try to do everything exactly the same way as the first one, but it's not really looking like it's going to work out. You never have the exact same envelopes twice, I don't think. So we're going to go ahead and finish our stack by gluing this one onto here. So let's make sure we don't get any glue where we don't want to get glue. And then we'll be done with this video because we will have a stack. Aren't you happy and proud of yourselves? You're going to have a stack. You're going to have an envelope stack. And then technically you can decorate it any way you want. But I thought I would take you through, go ahead and take you through decorating it. You know, at least getting the papers on. Let's see here. Where the other ones are dark and you can't tell where the fold is. This one's white and I can't tell where the fold is. There it is. Okay. So now can you hear my stomach growling? There we go. Now we have the envelope stack. Let me put the glue away. Okay, so it opens like this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Well, actually it's supposed to be like that. So it's going to be like this, and like this. Then you close this back and you open it this way, and then it opens like that, and it opens like that. Ta-da! You did it! Ha-ha! you have a stack, and you can just throw it back together any old way you want. Now, obviously, this is a little different than the other one because of necessity, and but you did learn how to make your own window and put your own cellophane on it. So there you go. That's something new. And yeah, so we're done with this part. We're done with this video. Okay, I'll see you in the next video, and that'll be a second for you and a day for me. Bye-bye.